All right, everybody. We are setting up. I said it was our third last weekend, but it is not. It is this weekend. We still have the post Homestead episode, post Martinsville, and then championship weekend, and we are all done with season 3. Glad to have you back for another episode. Glad to have Donnie back for another episode, but we've had another guy fall out this week, so it's just Donnie and I, the A team, they say. So we'll take that into consideration. Corey pulled a Kyle Larson and just dropped the ball. It'd be a lot funnier if it didn't screw me.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there thinking, like, championship weekend, that's next weekend for me. That's when I'll lock up this points battle.
Come on. You're a moron. Oh, man. Actually, I was going to ask you what you've been up to this week, but we hung out this weekend, so
yep.
There's not really much to know.
Good times.
Actually, no. Corey and I hung out all weekend, and then we ran into you, of course, but yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
great racing.
Fantastic racing. Like, it's got to be our best track, right? Like, that's not.
Yeah, Kansas is still awesome. Like,
Kansas is
it
great.
Has no business being as good as it is. But like for me, Homestead, like with the old car, I was getting tired of Homestead because it's just like stick the line and it just felt like a train going as close to the wall. But like with this new car, like Homestead, like if they raced Homestead 33 out of 36 weeks, I'd tune in every time. Like
NASCAR love that. Yeah. It's all their track.
Right? Yeah, I better not give them ideas.
No, they might jump all over that. Do you want to get into the racing a bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I see Corey still has access to his phone since he's
right. I'm trying to make sense of that meme he just said.
Oh, you must not have seen the statue that they unveiled.
Oh no.
I think it's D Wade, and like it don't look like him at all.
Are you? That's supposed to be D Wade. Just for those that actually have.
It looks like NBA 2K8. You know what I mean?
Right.
That level of graphics. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my Lord, that's not good.
So not everybody had a great weekend in Miami then, by the looks of it.
No, definitely not. Matter of fact, we got 2 cars going back to R&D that I think are suspicious. Speaking of not necessarily having a great week, we got Ty Gibbs is 54 and Kyle Busch is number 8 car, both taken back to the R&D center following Homestead. Do you think that's related to what we talked about last week with the potential for someone having bought engineering secrets from Joe Gibbs? Do you think is that what that's related to, or do you think it's just coincidence?
I mean, it could be coincidence, but at the same time, this is the exact team that Kyle Busch left as well. You know what I mean? Like, it's a different number, but this is Busch's car. Like, is somebody, on the inside looking to go back to Kyle? And
I hadn't even looked. I hadn't even considered that element.
Yeah, like this could be somebody that's, had ties to Busch back at JGR and
right, still loyal to him.
Yeah.
It's Adam Stevens.
So, yeah.
Come to find out.
Breaking news.
I think it'll be interesting to see if anything comes to this. Because I don't know what the recourse is for JGR in this situation. Like, is there? I don't think there's anything NASCAR can really do from a.
And it's a rogue employee, so it's not like can you really find RCR or JGR?
I feel like the employee is the only one that really stands to ruin their lives.
Ban them, I guess. You know what I mean?
Because so let's look at it from this perspective. Okay, so say you're selling these secrets to RCR, allegedly, right? I think that's who everyone's thinking. But say you're selling these secrets to a team. Okay, everyone's saying they're in a contract year. Well, if I'm buying the secrets from you, I'm not going to hire you because
Yeah.
You still can't be
Right?
trusted. Like,
Exactly.
it works out great for me, but I'm not going to trust you ever again.
Yeah.
Like,
But then there comes the thing: is does RCR deserve to be punished if they're paying money for this? Now there's a paper trail and you're cheating. You know what I mean?
yep.
Like, that's kind of
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if you've got a legal recourse, like, unless there's like a confidentiality agreement of some type like that. Maybe there's a recourse, but I really don't know what there could be here. It's going to be interesting to see how this pans out.
Like, I'm all for teams cheating and like trying to find an advantage, as long as it's like, if you start buying secrets or paying people, that's where it becomes really gray really quick. Then I think you can be punished for sure. But if someone's like, hey, you know, I'd love a job over there, I could, like, okay, well, you know,
here's the brown envelope.
Promising you anything. Yeah, like, you know
do
what I
what
mean?
you want.
But if you're gonna leave Buddy out to, like, you know, oh yeah, it turns out that job opening closed up there, but thanks for everything. Yeah. Well then, no, I hope that guy goes scorched earth on you too. Like, it's
real. Yeah. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm sure it's not the first time it's happened, but it's the first time I remember hearing about it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Maybe it happens more than we think. I don't know.
Very well, good.
You had someone else, I forget who you said now too, had an infraction this weekend.
Oh, that was in the trucks.
Lane Riggs.
Yeah. Steering wheel, took it off, and then they're 4 pounds light. So.
I mean, hey.
Yeah.
I don't know, boys. I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling, but the wheel feels heavy. I don't know what's going on.
Turns out it's just a 45-pound plate there that he's turning. Like,
looks like the Flintstone steering wheel, you know?
Yeah.
It's just these great big shaping rock.
But with that too, they actually found it before the race. Like, they confiscated it before the race, still let him race. So I don't know if anything else is going to happen. Like,
did he start from the rear or anything?
I think so.
Oh, that's probably the only penalty that they really have then.
Yeah, but
come back next week with 6 pounds light.
Yeah, right.
Or 6 pounds.
And that's like, you got to wonder, like, are you doing that trick and truck to see if they're catching it? And if they're not, like, are you bringing that up to Cup next year? Like, you wonder what goes on. Like,
because maybe that's what happened with Bowman. They forgot to put the other wheel back in.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, you know what's funny? That actually, so there's a connection too. Blake Harris came from Michael McDowell's car, which is the same team in Cup. How long has he been doing this?
Right. About a week too long.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. That's why Alex really took a long time to recover. It took a lot of muscle strength to turn it.
Facts. Record was set with the 6th race this year of a last lap finish. Or
really?
Last lap finish. Yeah. 6th time we finished the race on the last lap. You know what? That could be true with the amount of cautions and
the amount of overtimes we've had.
Yeah. No, sorry. Last lap pass for the win.
Wow.
6th time that's happened this year.
You know what's crazy though? I feel like it's been more. Like, the racing has been very good this year. I feel like it's been more than that. But like, I guess, yeah. You know, you just kind of think of the big moments, right? Like Larson at Kansas with Busher and that 3 wide at Atlanta and things like that. You kind of assume there was more last lap passes, but the fact that that's a record is it's impressive. I mean, this car's been setting records when it comes to like closeness of finishes, and therefore, of course, you would think that it would inherently get there too, right? But that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was the. You think we beat that next year?
Who knows?
Speaking of impressive, I know we don't have this on our outline at all, but I do want to give a shout out to Carson Hocevar. The kid drove the wheels off that car yesterday, and was kind of used up a couple times. Like, I feel like Bubba really took his liberty with him. There was somebody else too.
Like, I love Bubba, but I'm sitting there like, what the heck, man? Like,
it was super early.
Like, yeah, and it felt like one of those, like, you don't belong up here, kid. You're a rookie. And it's
Yeah.
just like, no, man, like the kids, he showed flashes of brilliance all year. Like, let him cook. Like, I know
Bubba
you're not
said
having,
to the back.
yeah, right. Like veterans only.
Yeah,
But
like
yeah,
yeah, there was someone else did it to him too. I can't think who, but he was like, "No, man, I'm not giving it up. Like I'm here. I deserve to be here." And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
impressed with
Finished
him.
ninth place on the day.
Yeah.
And like all this talk of, Justin Haley to Hendrick and Bowman out, and like that's always the rumor. I'm just like, why aren't you looking at Hocevar after this season?
Mm.
Like
Wait,
that's the talent.
are you are you rooting against my guy here?
No, I mean I think Alex has done enough to shut some people up for another year, you'd think, but
I
like
would
just
think, yeah.
with that being the rumor, I'm just
Mm.
like, I think Hocevar, if you're Chevy with a decent program and you're looking to fill a seat, I'm not looking past Hocevar for anybody else really in the Chevy camp.
Yeah. Actually, it looks like Bowman's really going to finish quite close to his Hendrick teammates. Like let's put this in perspective. Last week we were talking about, or 2 weeks ago, we were talking about like,
Yeah.
oh man, Hendrick before the disqualification, Hendrick could theoretically have 4 cars in the final 4. They got all 4 to the final 8, and now we're sitting here. And I guess I'm kind of jumping ahead, but we're talking about maybe not having any HMS cars in the
Right.
final 4. And I actually meant to look
Which is
up
just
earlier. I don't
wild.
remember the last time that's happened. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's
And
ever
like here's the
happened since we've
thing.
had final 4.
Like if Blaney wins, which he did last year, then you got, and Busch keeps his points lead. Like you're gonna have 2 Fords and 2 Toyotas racing for a championship. No Chevys on a year where Ford struggled off the get go, and then Toyota struggled as of late, like since New Hampshire. Basically, they've had 1 win since then, and Chevy's just dominated. And now we're realistically looking at a playoff picture where there's not a Chevy running for a championship.
Yeah.
Like that's wild. I'm
So
excited.
I'm trying to see here. Actually, you know what? This happened more than I thought, that Hendrick wasn't in the final 4. So Jeff did it in 15. Gordon, right? He won at Homestead, Miami. Or sorry, he won at Martinsville to get there. Jimmy Johnson, he did it in 2016. That was the year he won the championship. 17, 18, and 19, there was no Hendrick cars there, but they had a very young team too, right? Like they had Chase, they had William, they had Bowman. Those were all pretty young guys. But then since then, they've been in it every year since.
Winning 2 of them.
Yeah, and had 2 drivers in for 2 of those 3 years. So like it is a big year. Now, I will say too, like at the beginning of the year, I did say Chevy has to probably work a little bit harder to gain some momentum because both Ford and Toyota have new bodies. Theoretically, they should be faster. And I actually really thought that they were looking pretty good, but these last 2 races have been rough on them. Not necessarily from a speed perspective, but luck.
Yeah.
Or
all luck and decisions.
What kind of decisions?
It's hard to say it's bad luck when you go 3 wide with Blaney and Austin Dillon, and your excuse is, I thought maybe Austin Dillon would move out of my way, but I get that he didn't. I don't blame him. Like, for one thing to go 3 wide and put yourself in that and end up spinning out, but like what's even dumber than that is thinking Austin Dillon's going to do you a favor. Like,
and the other thing is too, like I feel like he knew before he ever put it 3 wide that Austin was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, he did. Like he's like, I just thought maybe Austin would move for me.
But like, where's he going to move to? You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, if he's top and Blaney's middle, right?
But not only that, like Austin
it's
Dillon
on you to check
moves you. He doesn't move for you.
Right?
Like we've seen that firsthand. And it's not just one car he'll move. Like
I just pictured like Austin keying up me like, Pop, I didn't wreck. I kept it straight, Pop.
Is not in service.
Yeah, it was a very aggressive move. And don't get me wrong, I think Kyle Larson knew what we were all seeing, that Blaney was probably Blaney was probably going to be able to hold him up enough that Denny was going to catch him, and if Denny caught him, it was over. Like, I think Denny had that race won if they held each other up. So I think he wanted to do it quickly, but I don't think that was the answer.
Yeah.
Like, you still had 6 seconds, right? Like,
Yeah.
you can make a move.
And I mean, like, Denny's tires were starting to fall off.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a given that he was going to get there. Like, it all just,
right.
Like, yeah, it was just a stupid move. And this is what we say about Larson. Like, the guy's aggressive and sometimes it works, but a lot of times other guys get wrecked and he puts people in a bad spot, and he always seems to benefit and come out. So, I'm glad to see nobody else got caught up in this, and it's on him. But I mean, like, you were having a good points day. Like, you didn't need a win. I know you won it, but like, even if you finish second, you're heading into next week good. You can't say the same now. Like, you're below the cut. Like,
right now you've got to perform. Actually, I think he's probably got to win. Like, I think you're going to see somebody that's in the playoffs still is going to win next week, right? Like, I mean, there's a chance it goes the other way, but how often does Ross Chastain really get a chance to win? Because he's the one who likes to play spoiler the most, right? But the other thing is too, hindsight being 2020, of course. Obviously, Blaney was going to give the high line up all day, so I don't think it would have been that impossible for him to pull it off. Like, I really think, I should have got my 2 points. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think Larson cost me.
Man, I was sitting there like, Frig, there goes the playoffs. Like, this is it for me.
Yeah, like, I was
because it all resets there at championship weekend. So I'm like, I have to win out, and now all I need is a point next week, and I'm done. So, thanks, Larson.
I mean, let's be very honest. Championship 4 weekend, we've got to pick like three of the 4 are going to be picked, right?
Yeah,
you've got a pretty good chance that you're not going to get a point, right? Like, they're going to be all pretty tight. So,
somebody's going to get 2, probably a good chance.
Very good chance. Yeah. We'll all be annoyed if we don't pick the guy who wins.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm just focused on getting that point next week and enjoying the race in Phoenix.
I actually think, I know we're coming to points here in a minute, but I think this week is the most critical week because with everything resetting and everything on the line, you want to be the guy to pick first and get the guy you want. So,
yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter for you if you get the point, you're good. But
yeah, exactly. If I get the point, then I'm probably just going to pick Harrison Burton.
You would, yeah. Like, why wouldn't you just send it with Truex? You know what I mean?
Right. No.
Sayonara, man.
Yeah. That's what cost me this mess in the playoffs. I gave up picking because of Truex. So, yeah,
that's fair.
Still love my guy, but I'm not optimistic that it's going to happen in Phoenix.
Do you think there's a chance NASCAR looks at this race and goes, we need to go back to Homestead for the finale? Like, is there any hope?
I mean, you would think so, but the fact we don't even have it in the playoffs next year, like,
touche.
Like, you know what I mean? When have we said, you know who made great decisions? NASCAR.
Yeah.
Those head-ups really doing a great job.
Yeah. Last good decision NASCAR made was 1948 in the Streamline Hotel.
Yeah, exactly.
Who started this thing? Oh, man.
Yeah. I could see us going all road courses in the playoffs before they'd make a good decision to put Miami. Like,
yeah. It's too bad.
I hope they do. Like, 2026, like, and honestly, like, they need to figure out the car too. Like, because if we keep seeing the injuries and like the guys getting hurt the way they do, like the safety, like, some things got to be changed. And I don't know if you ever drop back to the old car until you figure out a new one, or if they're ready to give up on this, or you know what I mean.
Did we have any major injuries this year though?
I just feel like the guys are always talking about how much harder the hits are. You had Eric Jones break his back.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? You've had
Blaney again,
we did have take some hard hit. Yeah. We've had the cars going upside down more, especially when they shouldn't be. Like,
yeah, you know what? You're dead on the money. I think you're dead on.
yeah.
As much as I hate to admit it, you know. But we're getting to picks, so maybe your luck will run out when we get there.
Oh, so far, so good.
We're still doing the 5 bonus points for correctly predicting the Rookie of the Year, right?
No.
Because I don't think Carson can be caught at this point, or it's very close.
That was -5.
Oh, -5. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I picked anyone but him then.
Yeah.
One more thing I want to ask you before, because I got an opinion. I want to see what your opinion is. Don't tell me necessarily who, because it might affect picks. But both of the drivers that we've seen get locked in so far had to win from below the cut line, right? Logano was the 8th seed. Reddick was, I think, 6th.
Yep.
Do you think there's anyone else that pulls that off?
Out of those left that like need to, like right now, I feel like it's Blaney and Chase Elliott that need to win. Like, I still feel like Denny could have a good points day if Larson and Byron are off. Like, but I think.
But do you think you think he can have a good enough points day that if someone wins from below the cut line, he can pass Bell?
No.
Okay. You just think he can point his way in if no new winner, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, geez, that's a tall task.
Yeah. I don't think Chase is going to win. Like, I don't think this is a track
I don't think
that
so
he's
either.
gonna get it done at. I think Blaney's the biggest threat to get that done. But like out of those two guys that definitely need to win. But
whew, I'm excited.
But I don't think either one of them are going to.
No.
That's
interesting to me.
Yeah.
I do think one of them is going to. We've seen it. Like the last few years, we've seen that happen. I mean, I haven't checked how good the driver was looking before the win, but we've seen that walk-off win happening here at Martinsville quite frequently. So I do think it could happen quite easily. But then I also wouldn't be surprised to, see William Byron, get the win and stay. Like, he's already in on points right now, but I don't think that's going to happen. I could see it. You know what I mean? I think if you think HMS isn't coming, HMS cares more about getting a car into the Final Four right now than they do about, winning the championship.
They want that to continue. I think Byron might be your best pick to throw everything behind, because I don't trust Kyle Larson with his back against the wall. Like, he makes stupid decisions. Like, aggression works like when it's a move here and there, but like he kind of shows himself when he's backs against the wall. He's overly aggressive, and that's not going to pay off.
Well, and actually, speaking of that, before we go over to picks, I do owe you a bit of an apology, because
you have my attention.
Yeah, I told you earlier this year that Tyler Reddick could not perform under pressure. Yeah. And like looking back, I still believe that I had reason to say that at the time.
For sure. And I agreed with you earlier in this year with Chicago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the race where I'm like, okay, these guys might be onto something.
Yeah. Because he through these playoffs, playoffs, he has put up like his run to get back through the field and pass Logano for the final spot. Obviously, that didn't end up needing to be the case, but at the Roval, that was amazingly, intense. The fact that he held on to the regular season championship, I think it was 1 point was the difference.
Yeah.
To get that over Larson. And then, of course, this week's win. So I do owe a bit of an acknowledgement, I guess. Maybe not an apology, but a bit of an acknowledgement that perhaps he is no longer that person.
What I say is
one of the few.
I hope this doesn't affect much, but you keep freezing up on my end.
Yeah, you keep freezing up on mine, but
Okay.
It should be no issue. It records automatically. So
Good stuff. All right.
Do you want to go to picks?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, I don't, but you have fun.
All right, just for me from here on out, guys. Yeah, Corey refused to show up today for this.
Understandably.
But where are we at here? Oh shoot, I'm on an old. Yeah, I got wrong information from me. Anyway, I got the point because I picked Christopher Bell.
Yeah.
Who finished 4th or 5th?
4th. Yep.
5th? 4th? Okay.
4th.
Byron finished 6th.
This many.
Top 4. All right.
Yeah, Byron was 6th. And Larson was 13th.
And Larson was 13th.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Which, on a day where you were pretty much
result.
guaranteed 2. Yeah. Like, Larson, man, he's crapped the bed a lot this playoff.
Yeah.
Like, always seems to be able to salvage it, but, like...
You know who got a point with Larson, though?
Back to back. This guy.
Yeah, you bum.
Hey, I know how to pick him, man. And I know when to pick him. And that's why
apparently you got to win with Logano, of all people.
Hey. Guy's racing for a championship, man.
Yeah.
Even when he loses, he wins.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, so basically, how's this showing up? If I get 1 point next week, I win the championship.
Yeah. So if you get 1 point, you win the championship. Corey has to win both weekends and get a race win. He can't just pick the winner. He has to get an actual win. And for me, basically, I need to get 2 points, and I need so I can either win or I need to get I can either get a race win and get 2 points that way, or I can get the best finisher 2 weeks running. And if I get the race win, you can't get the other point. I have to have Corey get it. So there's a couple scenarios. There's a clinching scenario for this week possible. If I get a point or you get a point, Corey's eliminated. So there's a bit of drama on the Martinsville picks this week, and I think Corey's in the worst position.
Yeah, it sounds bad for both of you, if I'm being honest.
That's fine. You know me, not one to pick winners, so there's that.
All right, so we already got...
Actually, no,
Corey's
that's not
pick,
true. I need to pick a winner.
He's picking second, but he's picking Christopher Bell. And do you want to say your pick, or do you want me to go first?
No, you go first.
Yeah? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, Blaney, like out of those two guys, I think he could get it done. But I think Denny Hamlin shows up and wins.
Ooh.
That's honestly, like, I think this is his race to win. I think they get it done. I think we're going to see at least 2 Toyotas running for a championship. And I hope C. Bell has a great day, but I think he's going to have to point his way in.
Okay. Well, the guy that I think can walk off here with the win is the guy who did it last year. I am taking Ryan Blaney. I'm going to...
him on your board?
Yeah.
Ah, man.
So I'm going to put him in my championship 4. I believe I had him in my championship 4 2 weeks ago when we did the talk. So, yeah, he's the guy. That's who I'm putting in here.
Yeah, man, it's going to be good. I'm not as
it's going to be a good race.
Anymore. Yeah, I for some reason I thought you already used up Blaney, so I'm like, who's he got?
Sir.
Chase? Like,
yeah.
I still think Denny gets it done, but yeah, it's the fact that it's come down to our points battle here, like the end of the season, because last year it was over quick.
Yeah,
to be kind. Not sure what happened, but
to be fair, if you had to pick the same drivers this year, probably wouldn't have been as good for you.
Yeah, that's true.
You pick Truex a lot.
Yeah. So basically, this new point system is the reason Truex had a bad year. I blame you and Corey.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Yeah, it is. That is very small.
Yeah. He's a big man. Do you got Corey's pick?
Yeah, Christopher Bell. I thought I
Christopher
threw it
Bell.
out there. Maybe I was.
You may have been frozen for a moment.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Or
there was
Harrison Burton is
Harrison Burton.
Yeah.
Come to find out, he shows up and wins this week.
Can you imagine? Yeah.
Corey be like, no, you guys said.
Yeah. So let's be clear. It's Christopher Bell.
It is Steve Bell.
There's a much better chance of Bell winning.
Although, I'll be honest, he doesn't run great here. So, although I guess he won here once in the top 5, 3 top 10s. He's not horrible, but
no, he's not bad. And here's the thing: he needs points. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he's gonna race for the stages, put their strategy on that, and that's why I'm kind of like, I don't think Bell's the guy to pick to win. I think they're just looking to point in and stay clean.
Now, I will say if he gets enough, like he's not far away from almost locking in, right? Like if he gets stage points in stage 1 and 2 and has a good buffer, I think you see him go for it. But otherwise, I think you'll see him be pretty conservative.
Yeah.
Kind of like Joey was this week. Where was Joey? Anyone see him? He took a card out of Austin Cindric's playbook and became Where's Waldo.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, I think it's going to set up to be a good race this week, Donnie.
Looking forward to it.
Hopefully it's not completely follow the leader like Martinsville has been as of late, but I guess we'll find
Unless
out.
that leader's Denny Hamlin, then I'm here for it.
Hey, listen, I'd say the same about Ryan Blaney. Anyone but Bell. That's my motto this week.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, because of Corey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I guess, really all I care about, don't get me wrong, I want the point, but I want to be picking first next week. That's what I want.
Although
I don't want to
Corey picks, if Bell wins, Corey's tied with me. Is that how that?
No, Corey's tied with me.
He's 2 behind
if Bell won, if he wins the race, Corey's tied with you. Yes.
Okay. Which then sets it up to whoever picks the winner, basically.
Whoever picks the winner, yeah.
Because good chance we're not going to see Chastain again.
No, and calling a spade, we've been all neck and neck all through the playoffs. So
great. That's wild.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I hear you got supper on the table there, so.
That's it.
All right, well, I won't keep you. You want to walk us out or you want me to?
Go for it. I'm already hungry. I'm already thinking food. Yep. See you later, folks.
Let's be honest. You were thinking food when you sat down. All right,
guys, we'll see you next week. A bowl of chili before we started this.
Yeah, but I didn't make any noises related to chili, so we're good.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Looking forward to Martinsville, and we will see you in time to prepare for championship weekend. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Later, Donnie. Oh, don't jump off until it uploads. Right.